What's up, Motivation Crew? Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm so pumped to share more goal-smashing tips with you all today. Even this super speedy hedgehog faces roadblocks and distractions sometimes that slow my stride. I know procrastination is a major barrier keeping many of you from achieving your full potential. Well, we're not gonna let procrastination stop us anymore. That's why I've assembled 6 powerful life hacks inspired by my wildest, craziest adventures across the zones. These tips will help you spin dash right through procrastination and make serious progress. Our first stop is the lush green paradise of Emerald Hill Zone for some time tracking. Just like I bound along those loops searching for precious time bonuses, you need to be hyper aware of where your hours are actually going each day. I challenge you to start using a time tracking app like Toggle or Rescue Time, or go old school with a written timesheet. Seeing where all those minutes and hours are really spent is an eye-opening wake-up call. You might be shocked by how much time gets drained by social media doom scrolling, gameplay sessions, or other time wasters. Once you identify your personal time bandits through tracking, you can start eliminating them and reclaiming those precious hours. Awareness is key, guys. You've gotta look your schedule straight in the eye before you can master it. Alright, ready to keep it moving. Next up is the harsh industrial chemical plant zone for some temptation battering. In this dangerous area, I'm constantly having to smash through clouds of smoke, pools of chemical sludge, and other toxic hazards just to survive. Well, those enticing social media apps, addictive video games, infinite YouTube rabbit holes, those are all like temptation toxins, slowly draining your productivity. Just like I use my spin dash to barrel through badniks, you need to identify your biggest temptation pitfalls that lead to procrastination, and then put up serious barriers to avoid them during your vital work hours. Delete attention-draining apps from your phone, install website blockers, do whatever it takes to smash through those alluring yet toxic distractions. This one's all about protecting your focus at all costs from the chemical plant-level hazards trying to seep in. Build those temptation barriers and your productivity levels will soar. Feeling overwhelmed yet by a towering project or massive goal? Don't panic. It's time to use the Mushroom Hill Zone shrink technique. In this eccentric zone, I'm constantly shrinking myself down to navigate through tiny tunnels and cramped spaces. Well, you can use the same mental trick to tackle any seemingly insurmountable task or obligation. Instead of staring up at that massive mountain of a project, break it down into tiny, manageable chunks. Ask yourself, okay, what's the first 5-10 minute step I can knock out right now? And just get started on that little piece. From there, keep going one shrunken step at a time, checking off small wins along the way. Before you know it, you'll have climbed right over that metaphorical mountain that seemed so daunting initially. From there, keep going one shrunken step at a time, checking off small wins along the way. Before you know it, you'll have climbed right over that metaphorical mountain that seemed so daunting initially. Anytime you check off a solid work chunk or clear a particularly tough area, make sure to give yourself a little reward. It's the Night Carnival Zone rewarding hack. Even as a super radical hedgehog, I still need little wins to motivate me. That's why after escaping each area of Night Carnival, the game treats me to an awesome panoramic musical score and a fresh view of the surrounding areas. It's like a quick reset to get hyped for the next zone. So learn from my example. Have a small reward lined up that you can look forward to after completing assignments or hitting goals. Maybe it's having a tasty snack, watching an episode of your favorite show, or taking a short walk outside. Having a fun incentive awaiting you is a simple yet highly motivating trick. But don't go too overboard with crazy rewards. You're not trying to climb a whole Caribbean night resort for finishing your math homework. Just a little something to refuel you before the next sprint. Of course, in the midst of powering through our tasks, we all need little breaks too to avoid burnout. For those moments, use the bubble breath break technique inspired by the haunting labyrinth zone. Down in those underwater tunnels, I'm constantly gasping for air pockets and air bubbles to survive. Well, those air bubbles should be viewed as break opportunities for you to pause, reset your energy and focus. Pause your work every 60-90 minutes to take 5-10 minutes doing something chill and mindless. Stand up, stretch, grab a snack, play with a fidget toy. Just catch your breath before taking on the next set of challenges. You can also schedule true bubble breaks, half-an-hour blocks to watch some YouTube, play a quick video game session, or simply step away from the grind. These pauses allow you to come back refreshed and energized. Burnout leads to serious procrastination and lack of motivation, so prevent it by peppering in revitalizing bubble breaks like Sonic. It's all about cycling energy wisely. For our final zone today, let's revisit the high scenic overlook of Hilltop to ensure we always have the lookout perspective. From this eagle-eye vantage point, I can scout out all the terrain ahead, spotting any potential hazards while keeping my sights set on the end goal. As you're bouncing from task to task, it's so easy to get lost in the weeds and forget your bigger why. That's why it's crucial to periodically pause and resurface to gain that panoramic hilltop view, revisiting your overarching goals, priorities, and purpose. Ask yourself, what's the big picture I'm working towards here? To make sure you don't slide into aimless procrastination. Having that zoomed-out perspective reminds you of what truly matters while quieting the noise and nitpicky details trying to distract you. Keep looking up from that high vista to realign with your vision. There you have it, guys. 6 powerful tips to demolish procrastination for good using inspiration from my iconic adventures across the zone. Whether you start time tracking those hours, shrink daunting tasks down to size, or protect your bubble breath breaks, every small step gets you closer to living up to your full, unstoppable potential. So let me know in the comments which of these life hacks resonated most with you. And of course, check the description box for links to any of the productivity tools and apps I mentioned. I know with commitment and consistency, you've got this. Now get out there and start making progress toward your biggest goals and dreams. After all, you've got to go fast if you want to keep up with the one and only Sonic the Hedgehog. Until next time, I'm blazing trail, Sonic's out.